So thank you so much for the workshop today. It was really insightful.
My pleasure.
So if you could just share with us a bit, how did you end up doing what you're doing? What is your accomplishment so far? What did you do to get there?
I mean, I don't really have any solid justification for doing what I'm doing. Like, it was mainly incidental.
Okay.
Like, when I quit the company that I was working for in IT security 5 or 6 years ago, and moved back to the United States in the middle of the financial crisis. And of course I wanted to do a startup because it's the middle of financial crisis. It sounds like a great time to start a company. And I stumbled upon Steve Blank's 4 Steps to the Epiphany. And I read it, and I thought this makes a tremendous amount of sense. And I tried to ask questions to fill in the gaps where I didn't understand things. And there were no answers. And to some extent, there's still no answers. Like, we haven't figured technology or how to do a startup out. Like, we're still learning every day and advancing that knowledge. So digging in deeper and doing my own startup and running experiments to the degree that I was like, well, how am I going to get better at this? How am I going to improve my skill of entrepreneurship? And doing silly things like saying, I'm going to do 1 startup each week for the next month. Let me do 4 startups in 4 weeks and see how that works. And trying to understand all the different things you can do to test and learn about your customers. So I kind of fell into it after I blew up one of my early startups. I fell into it and was asked to get involved with a accelerator funded by the Mexican government and start trying to put together a more comprehensive way of looking at lean startup in particular, but startups in general. So I've kind of followed from that to that, and I worked with Janice Frazier over at Luxor, and I've now worked on several different accelerator programs in several different countries, and I volunteer a lot of my time with Lean Startup Circle, so it's allowed me to have the good fortune to work with hundreds of entrepreneurs and many corporations and many government agencies trying to accelerate innovation and see what works and what doesn't work. So by accident. That would be the short version.
That is great.